Hello dear learners and welcome to today's video lesson. I am Richie Simon, Assistant Professor from the Department of Social Work, BSSS. In today's video, we will learn about the philosophical assumptions and values of casework. After going through this video, you will know about the basic assumptions, the philosophical assumptions, and the values in casework. But before we begin, let us first have an understanding of the term philosophy. Philosophy refers to the theory or attitude that acts as guiding principle for one's behavior. Thus, philosophical assumptions refer to those responsibilities that one has as casework practitioners, that is, those guiding principles that shape the behavior of a social caseworker, not just in normal times, but even in those conflicting times when, as caseworker, you might be in a dilemma regarding your choices and actions. So let's begin with the basic assumptions in casework. While learning and practicing casework, you need to know that the individual and the society are interdependent and complementary. They correspond to the needs of each other. We know that man is a social animal and we depend on others for meeting our various needs. At the same time, society is a web of social relationships and it comprises of us humans. So in a way, we make the society and we derive our needs from the society. The needs and requirements of the society are not different from ours. Yet, as we rely on the society also relies on us. We also need to remember that there are various operative forces that influence our behavior. And the problems that we handle in casework are mostly psychological and interpersonal in nature. As caseworkers, we need to reach out to every needy and troubled person in order to build upon their capabilities and channelize their energies in a positive way so that they be able to grow and tackle their own problems. We need to believe that our client is capable to grow and change, and holding on to this, we constantly need to work on their capacities. So these were the basic principles in casework. Now, let's move forward to the philosophical assumptions in casework. Again, I would like to reiterate that philosophical assumptions are those that guide our behavior as a responsible caseworker. These philosophical assumptions are based on the premise of human rights and social justice. So let's see what are the philosophical assumptions in casework. While practicing casework, we need to believe that every individual is of dignity and worth. We need to understand that individuals have common, specific, and unmet needs leading to distress. And as caseworkers, we need to work on these unfulfilled needs. For example, let's consider a poor person who lost his job during lockdown. Now, this economic distress will lead to psychological distress and reduced purchasing power. It may make the person feel unworthy and increase the level of stress to even such an extent that the person may commit suicide. So here we need to understand that this situation that our client is facing is not specific to just one individual. There are many who have been facing such economic problems. However, as caseworkers, we need to make the client understand that he or she is not alone while they face such problems. At the same time, we also need to help the client discover alternative means to address the problems that he or she might be facing, like some other employment, or starting up some small business, or maybe inculcating a habit of small saving, or how some people can come together to start something new. We also need to understand that the problem is dynamic in nature, and it may increase or decrease. It may become intense or mellow down. We need to understand that there is no person in the world who is free from problems. We need to understand that the problems are varied in nature and they may show chain reaction, that they are multifaceted. And when we talk about problems in social work, they are like onions. You can explore them, but generally that happens layer by layer. Yet, despite of the problems that an individual might be facing, we need to strongly believe in their capacity, that the client can take decisions, that they can cope up with their own problems and can contribute to the society. And with this belief, we should not impose our decisions on the client. Rather, we need to work on building upon the capabilities of the client so that he or she can effectively perform his or her social functioning. Now, having known the basic and the philosophical assumptions in casework, let us now move towards the values in social casework. Now, values refer to those that are held important. Moreover, they are derived from the philosophical thoughts. So let's take a look at them one by one. While practicing casework, it is important to believe in the worth and dignity of the client, in the fact that each and every individual is the major concern of the society, and the society and the individual have to contribute to each other. That is to say, they are interdependent. We also have to believe that every individual, irrespective of their current state, has the right to self-determination. That is, every individual has the right to decide for himself or herself. And while practicing casework, we also need to know that the basic human needs must be met by suitable services. So, to summarize today's video, we learned about the basic and philosophical assumptions in casework. We got to know the values in casework. We got to know the premise on which values are based, that is, human rights and social justice, those things which are very instrumental to social work, those things which are very basic to social work. We also learned that values are derived from philosophical assumptions, and these are like the navigating wheel of the ship of casework as they truly direct casework practice. So that's all for today's lesson. I hope with this you got a basic understanding about the basic assumptions, the philosophical assumptions and the values in casework. Until we meet again, keep learning, keep growing, take care.